Personification is where you give human characteristics to things which aren't human. There are loads of examples of it in books, TV, film, you name it. Let's look at some examples. In Aesop's fables, human thoughts and speech are given to animals. For example, in The Fox and the Crow. You may be more familiar with SpongeBob SquarePants,
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
which features talking sea creatures who are given humanized faces, feelings and speech. And likewise, Scooby-Doo is a dog who very much acts like a human. But it's not just limited to animals. The Toy Story films feature all kinds of talking toys, from personified potatoes to telephones to cars, and obviously they don't talk in real life. But they have to be personified in those films, otherwise they would be pretty boring. So, how can you go about personification in your own writing? Well, let's engage our imaginations and venture into the forest for ideas.
A few moments later.
Look, there's a nice tree. Let's see how we might personify it. So firstly, how big and wide is the tree? And what does that say about it? Certainly the biggest trees are very strong and old. So what might they be saying and thinking if they're strong and old? What have they seen? Some of the trees in Epping Forest have survived both world wars and would have been children, when Queen Victoria was on the throne. What do they say to you or each other? What about the younger, smaller trees? Could you have conversations happening between them? Still thinking about the younger, smaller trees, how do they experience different weather? What do they want to be like when they grow up? What do they think of birds sitting on them and dogs weeing on them? Chances are an older, more seasoned tree would find it less shocking. Now think about wildlife. What could you say about squirrels? They're energetic, they like to chase each other and hoard nuts. Perhaps you could write them as playful characters. What about birds? What could you say about them? How do they respond to flight and living outside being normal? How much choir practice do they have to go to sing like that? What do they think of dogs, foxes, cars and people? I'll leave those discoveries up to you. But the more characteristics and attributes you can think of for the object or animal you are describing, the closer you are to effective personification of them.